and welcome back to Lulu University. This week, we're going to talk about how to make your cover work for you. As we've said many times, your cover is a crucial element of your marketing campaign, and once you've designed it beautifully, it can really help drive sales and increase engagement. And we're going to talk about how this week on Lulu University. One of the ways that you can use a really well done cover to engage with your audience and fans is by using it on social media for feedback. So one of the things that I think is really cool and that we see a lot of our authors doing is sort of as they're in the design phase of their cover, posting it on social media. So Instagram polls is a great way to do that. You can post the cover and get some feedback on the direction you're going in and what your audience thinks. Or if you have two covers that you're not sure about, then it can be really fun to post those on Facebook or Twitter and get your audience to vote on which they like best. So this is obviously great for engagement on social media, but also it kind of helps to get them invested in the project. So when the book is ready to launch and when it's available to purchase, you already have these folks who are kind of key stakeholders that helps you with the decision-making process who are going to be more interested in buying the book. Another way to use your cover on social media is to ask for user-generated content. So this can be really great because it's not always on you to create the content that you're sharing with your fans and friends. So what this might look like is if you say, hey, if you have my book, then take a picture of yourself with it and tag me or use this specific hashtag. Using a unique hashtag for this user-generated content is not only a great way to find who's talking about you online, but it also makes it easy to reshare. So that's just content that you don't have to make up, and you can easily show your fans and audience when other people are talking about you and saying how great you are. Using your cover on social media can also help to build credibility in your author brand. So once you get good reviews or feedback from your readers, you can make a nice graphic. We'll talk about some ways to do that, but you could use a tool like Canva to do a nice text overlay on your cover. So this is great because obviously it shares all the rave reviews you're getting, but it also kind of will further your author brand as people begin to become familiar with that aesthetic or with that cover and associate it to you as an author. Here are a few pro tips on creating social media content with your cover. So you're going to want to use natural light. And don't feel like you have to spend a ton of money on props or backdrops, but you do want to make sure you don't have like some dirty dishes or like an ashtray sitting right behind your book as you're trying to share it. So you want to use colors and elements that are going to be really complementary to the artwork on your cover. So either you can do that with a really nice contrast that makes your cover pop, or by using colors that really are sort of in the same vein as the colors that you're using on your cover. GIFs, boomerangs, and even time lapses are a great way to not only show off your cover, but the inside of the book and give your readers a sneak peek. A great thing about your cover and using it to interact on social media is that you can get really creative with it. But you can think about it online and offline as well. IRL, as the kids are saying these days. I'm sure you've seen people put their cover art on bookmarks or, little handouts or postcards, but you could even take that a step further and print them out as on canvases or do nice print size posters. And what can be great is if you have events coming up, you can actually sign them and sell them at your event. So not only is it a great way to promote your book, but it's also a nice way to create some additional revenue. Another thing to consider while you are thinking about using your cover as a marketing tool is know when it's time to redesign. So I know, we can all fall in love with the designs that we have or ideas, and then, maybe we change and grow and the image doesn't. So you always want to have that sort of critical eye when you're looking at your cover art so that you can be aware of when it might be time to redesign. So we hear stories all the time of authors that have a book that maybe they're having trouble selling. They take some time to really redesign and think about the cover. And then just by doing that, it can really help to boost sales and drive engagement. Redesigning your cover can also work wonders for your backlist or any series that you put together as well. So refreshing your backlist is a great way to draw attention to it and help boost sales. Also, if you have a series and you've kind of grown or evolved over the course of writing that series, don't be afraid to go ahead and refresh all the covers. The thing to keep in mind with that is that you want to keep the aesthetics consistent throughout so that when people see that series, they'll actually be able to relate it to you and they'll be matching your author brand with that aesthetic. One unique thing that self-publishing can offer in this process is with self-publishing companies that utilize print on demand, it's a really great way to test out a lot of different variations of the cover or formats of the book. So when you utilize an option that is print on demand, there are usually no minimums or maximums, which makes it really easy to just do one-off copies until you get the perfect look for your book. Those are a few ways to make your cover work for you. If we missed anything, or if you have any questions, then leave them in the comments below. Hit subscribe, and we will see you next time.